welcome to the Jonhson Mclang Show, episode 46 of season 2. Hey Siri, is it supposed to rain?
It doesn't look like it's going to rain today.
Okay. Julie Barrymore says she can go years without sex. Oh God. Fox. Okay. Is there anything like Biden or her? No. Diversity. Delusion. Air Force Academy pushes woke gender terms on CAD cadets. It's I guess some kind of military training. Air Force Academy diversity training tells cadets to use words that could all genders drop mom and dad. What? And be color contentious instead of being colorblind. Oh my God. That's horrible. The military needs to stop. You can't say mom or dad. Oh my God. There's a slide presentation called Diversity and Inclusion. What it is, why we care, what we can do. Advises cadets to use person-centered and gender-neutral language in describing individuals. That's ridiculous. What a woke, anti-God world we're turning into right now. Oh my God. Put to the test. Americans from coast to coast grade Biden's handling of the economy. Let's read what they had to say, what these Americans had to say. Biden's handling the economy put to the test. Americans weigh in. New Yorkers, Santa Fe citizens grade Biden's performances on handling the economy. And there's a video.
We cannot control everything.
Horrible.
This is what Americans, coast to coast, are saying about Biden's economy.
Seems pretty bad.
He's trying to do what he can.
A grade on the economy? Let's see here. A minus. 50-50. C?
B plus.
We're never going easy on Biden,
I
really.
would give him a B.
A B, an A,
I would give
and
Biden
C?
a B.
Excuse me.
A solid B.
A B or C? We have inflation going on, high inflation, high gas prices. Oh my God. A B or a C or A? I give Biden an F plus. Oh my God.
Average, just like every other. I'd
We'll
probably
see
give a B
what
to every
else.
president. They do their best. I would say probably like a B. You know, right in the middle. You know, the things could be better, but things could be a lot worse.
Well, from what?
It's all the worst.
10,
Oh my
I
God.
would give it 2.
A 2? I agree
Scale
with
of 1
that.
to 10, maybe a 7 or an 8.
I'd give him an incomplete because he's not even doing his job.
Yeah, Joe Biden, I wouldn't give him a grade
Amen.
because he's not the only
Amen.
person responsible for the economy.
I think it'd be in shambles no matter who was in there.
Handling the economy is not a presidential problem. It's a Wall Street problem.
I think Biden's doing a really good job
No,
considering
like,
what we received from that former guy.
That, you know, you can never say a president's directly responsible for that. I think it's just a matter of not scaring the population.
I think he's trying to do what
Biden
he
could
can.
do better.
I know there's a lot of pushback from his opposition, but that's going to be the case no matter who's in office.
He cannot control everything. He cannot control the Federal Reserve. He cannot control the market, all that. He's doing what he can as president.
One of the best things that Biden ever did, and the Democrats, was the stimulus plan, because that had an effect on me and people I know. Now, Now, giving 11 billion to Ukraine and X amount to
Amen.
people to see the Queen and all of that.
Most of the people, we don't have no job right now. The economy is, I think it's going down a little bit.
Everything is more expensive. I mean, you have to be blind not to see it. Everything is more expensive, from the meat to everything.
We're in what, the worst, I guess, 40 plus years with the inflation there.
I think the inflation is high, but I think the economy is good.
It's the highest inflation it's been in 40 years. You know, while gas may be down a little bit, it's still up, over like $1.50 since he came into office.
Rent's gone up, food prices have gone up, so I'm impacted the same as everybody else.
The food is expensive, the rain, Edison, everything is going crazy in New York right now. I'm very stressed out.
You know, going to the market, buying nothing and spending $50. It's going to the gas station and you just can't believe it.
You go and try to buy groceries, it's $200 for 1 week, so the economy's in the my stock portfolio is down 70%.
Because our wages never inflate to compensate for the rise of things around us. Meaning, when I say things, the price of things, transportation, food.
I tell my friends all over the United States, they want me to take a photo because they don't really believe what I'm saying. I'm like, yeah, the gas really is. Well, now it's a little cheaper now, but it's just absolutely horrible. How I do it on a day-to-day basis and week-to-week and month-to-month and just survive is unbelievable.
If I compare
Can you get away from me?
maybe a year ago, just the shopping bill is almost double
Sorry,
than what it used to be
stop.
a year ago. So it's definitely kicking in and to its full capacity, and everyone can feel it 100%.
Can you
So
please?
it's kind of difficult for us to keep up.
Let's face it, it's been an incredible ride these last few years. And so a recalibration, although painful, I think in the long run will build a stronger foundation for all of us.
Can you stop? Oh my god. Wow, interesting. Well, I give Biden on his economy handling of economy an F. Or F plus. What are you doing? Why are you doing that?
I can come into the car, can't I?
Load the heck. Top bank CEOs decline radical climate demands from squad members. What are you doing?
Walking in the car.
You can't open the car. It don't lock. It locks from the outside, not from the inside. Top bank CEOs decline radical climate demands from web to tablet to tablet. That would be the road to heck for America. JP Morgan CEO Jamie Dimon crashes with squad member on Water Bank should invest on a new fossil fuel project. Let's watch this. This is crazy.
Look who's the boss.
I'm talking to my...
Being a boss is actually super easy.
I do my job.
It's all about efficiency.
Then they hear you
What?
saying bad things to me.
Been a couple
of
of
bad
minor
things.
hiccups.
He said, shut up.
That's why
I
I use
didn't say shut
NetSuite.
up.
NetSuite,
He
it
said,
covers
get away.
everything.
And when you post
it's all
this,
in
I'm
one
showing
place,
Dad.
right at my fingertips, so I can make decisions
Well, you can stay
way
here.
faster. Go to
Let's not
netsuite.com
talk, because
for a
I'm trying to
free
do
product tour.
Hi.
You can say hi.
You have all committed, as you all know, to transition the emissions from lending
I
and
feel it.
investment activities to align with pathways to net zero in
You mean you
2050.
hate me?
Do you know what the International Energy Agency has said is required to meet our global 2050 net zero targets of limiting global temperature rise to 2.7 degrees Fahrenheit or 1.5 degrees Celsius? So no new fossil fuel production starting today. That's like zero. So I would like to ask all of you to go down the list, because again, you all have agreed to to doing this? Please answer with a simple yes or no. Does your bank have a policy against funding new
Current
oil
Democrat,
and gas products? Mr. Diamond.
Absolutely not, and that would be the
Democrats are once again trying to ruin energy independence.
hell for America.
Anything fossil fuels is not good. Okay.
Can I hear you right now?
Mm-hmm.
Are you gonna delete the clips where you said get out?
I'm not gonna do that.
Okay, good.
Okay. Let's see. Cleaning the air. John Kerry confirms that why are you that critic oh my gosh. That critics have long said about so-called Inflation Reduction Act. Kerry Inflation Reduction Act, amazing bill, but I'm not sure how much it has to do with inflation. Yep. Amen to that, John. Okay. But he still plays in the Inflation Reduction Act, which is not good. But he's questioning it. Right, that's good too. Alright. Hot seat. Might catch a South Korean president's profane reaction to Biden's speech. Are you okay?
Yeah. I just fell out of the car. Sorry.
South Korean President Zoon's profane reaction to Biden's speech caught on hot mic. South Korea's officials tried to play down President Kim's remark, suggesting Biden could not be suggesting Biden could be embarrassed if Congress does not approve UN funding.
Korean President Yoon's profane reaction to Biden's speech caught on hot mic. South Korean official tries to play down President Yoon remarks suggesting Biden could be embarrassed if Congress does not approve UN funding. South Korean President Yoon Suk-yeol went viral for his hot mic reaction to President Biden's remarks at the United Nations General Assembly Wednesday. Yoon, who took office in May, reacted to Biden's pledge to increase the U.S. contribution to the UN Global Fund, which would require congressional approval. How could Biden not lose damn face if these F's do not pass it in Congress? Yoon asked his aides on a hot mic Wednesday. According to the South China Morning Post, Biden has repeated the talking point that America is respected again on the world stage since his election in 2020. Yoon's comments raised concern in his home country. Strong U.S.-Korean relations are pivotal for mutual defense in the East Asian region. He wasn't speaking publicly on the stage but in passing, and although I don't know who recorded it and how, I actually think it should be verified, a South Korean official told reporters afterward, according to Yonhap. I think it's highly inappropriate to draw a link between private remarks and diplomatic accomplishments, the official added, referring to criticism that Yoon had created a diplomatic disaster. It's quite regrettable that a diplomatic disaster is being talked about over something like that when he is doing everything to complete a demanding schedule in the national interest of the Republic of Korea. United States, South Korean, and Japanese military forces cooperated last month in a trilateral missile defense exercise, the first of its kind in years. The drills began August 8th and ran through a Sunday, hosting the first formal cooperation of its kind since December 2017. The exercise served to reassure the allied nations of their individual and joint commitments to mutual defense. Notably, the cooperation between South Korea and Japan could serve to ease cultural tensions that have lingered in recent years.
No end in sight. Police in tourist town reveal worsening crime stats after Fox News report. So the crime is getting worse under Democrats. Police in North Carolina tourist town reveal worsening violent crime stats following Fox News report. Let's watch this.
It's really striking the amount of control that China already has in Brazil. We're going to ask, how did this happen? And the answer is we let it happen.
Tucker Carlson Originals, The China Takeover, Brazil, streaming now.
Meantime, Asheville, North Carolina, a Democrat-run tourist town located in the beautiful Blue Ridge Mountains, has seen a 31% increase in crime over the last 5 years. Asheville, once touted as a top 10 U.S. tourist destination back in 2017, but with crime raging, the city now ranks, get this, in the top 10% of most violent cities in America. That's tough to believe. Former Buncombe County Sheriff Van Duncan retired from the force and left the Democratic Party back in 2018, citing anti-police sentiment. He joins me now. Van, that stat that you are in the top 10% of most violent cities in America stunned me. Why?
Well, as we saw things progress starting at about 2016, we saw a huge emphasis on reducing the jail population. And we had something in common with other cities like Chicago, Charlotte, North Carolina, and Philadelphia, in that we saw MacArthur grants coming in and putting an emphasis on reducing those numbers without really looking at how that affected the crime rate. So even though we reduced those jail population numbers, what we started to see was that crime rate go up pretty steadily. In 2006 to 2018 in the county, we saw a reduction of almost 33% in the crime rate. But as some of the emphasis started to change, some of the elected officials started to change, and basically an agenda started to take place here in Buncombe County, we saw those numbers change.
Another number, over 100 officers left the department since May of 2020, leaving the department down 42% in force. I stated at the outset that you are now a former Democrat. What Democrat policies led to police fleeing Asheville, North Carolina?
Well, a lot of anti-law enforcement sentiment. Even though we were making good strides in the community and reducing the crime rate, we still saw ourselves coming in as a negative in the community in the eyes of some of the leftist politicians that were getting elected at that time. So when officers have to work under those conditions, when they're out there really serving the community well, and we see a high dismissal rate with the district attorney, low cash bail or no bail for these folks who are just being turned back loose into the community, it becomes very frustrating for the officers. And we've seen a retention problem both with the sheriff's office lately and also with the city police department.
There's also this, the former GOP chair of your county describing the town, the city, as the hub of Antifa, claiming local Antifa have used George Floyd's death as an excuse to bring anarchy to the city. It's devastating what they've done here in town. What has Antifa done to the great city of Asheville?
Well, Antifa and activists in general have brought quite a bit of protests to Asheville, which turned into what most people would consider riots, as we saw during that summer of violence after the George Floyd death. And what we also saw here in Asheville is a lot of elected officials were part of those activist groups and actually got elected into office. So, of course, we've seen policies change and basically their regard for their law enforcement change as well.
Asheville police announced last year they would no longer respond in person to theft, fraud, or trespassing calls. What's that doing to the local economy there? What's that doing to the peace of mind of the citizens that live there? Because, boy, that sure seems not a way to lead a civil society to me, Van.
Well, we have a very large homeless population here in Asheville. And what we've seen with the dismissal rates for panhandling, for loitering, for those type things that really make businesses, it makes it tough on them to operate here in Asheville. When you see those kind of dismissal rates, it's very discouraging for the officers, and it also provides no deterrent for the folks who do those things to go back out and do them again. As our district attorney said, it's not against the law to be homeless, but it is against the law to commit those crimes and really kind of put a damper on business and make it hard on your town.
One of my best friends fled the violence of Chicago for the city of Asheville, North Carolina. I don't know if you made the right decision after listening to you, Van Duncan, even though it is a beautiful place. Van Duncan, thanks for joining us this morning. We appreciate it.
Wow. Democrats in Chicago and I guess Asheville and states and big cities and Fort Wayne and Indy that are Democrat controlled, and not just, but Democrat states too. Democrats need to do something about crime, because the crime is going high and Biden needs to do something about it immediately. And Kanye has finally apologized to Kim Kardashian. And he says he's running for president again, which I hope he does. Maybe he should be a Republican instead of independent. Maybe he'll win. I trust Kanye as president. I don't know. Okay. Well, that's it for today's Jonhson Mclang Show. Make sure you register to vote if you haven't already. Make sure you vote this November and vote red this November. Talk to you soon on Tuesday. Bye.